A chilling threat was made against the world's top war crimes prosecutor, and it came from somebody who was tied to the Israeli government. According to Middle East Eye, the ICC chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, was warned that if he didn't back off the arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and ex-defense minister Yoav Gallant, that he and the court would be, quote unquote, destroyed. The threat came during a secret May meeting in The Hague with Nicholas Kaufman, who is a British-Israeli lawyer linked to Netanyahu's inner circle. Anyway, Kaufman told Khan that there was an authorized way out, a legal maneuver to reclassify the charges as confidential, which gives Israel private access to challenge them without any public scrutiny. Shocker. But the real bombshell, Kaufman warned, and I'm going to give a quote, an alleged quote: "If more warrants are coming for far-right ministers like Itamar Ben-Gvir or Bezalel Smotrich, all options are off the table. They will destroy you." Now let that sink in. The chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court threatened face-to-face by somebody representing the very government he's investigating for war crimes. Can you imagine that? Anyway, Khan and his wife, who was also present, confirmed that they took it as a direct threat. And the timing couldn't be more suspect. Just 2 weeks later, the Wall Street Journal reported new allegations of sexual misconduct against Khan, allegations that he strongly denies, but that forced him nevertheless to take an indefinite leave. This comes as Netanyahu is facing global arrest warrants. He's accused of crimes against humanity because of Israel's brutal genocide in Gaza. And of course, he has his own personal stuff that we could talk about as well, but we won't right now. Anyway, still, he managed to fly to the United States to have talks with Donald Trump using airspace from countries legally obligated to arrest him under the Rome Statute, which is from the International Criminal Court, or the ICC. UN official Francesca Albanese called out Italy, called out France, and called out Greece for giving Netanyahu safe passage, demanding that they explain why they broke international law to protect a wanted man. And shout out to Francesca Albanese from the UN, who has consistently been a voice of moral clarity, intellectual rigor, insight, legal precision. She's so fire, so dope, so honest, so principled. Anyway, if Karim Khan was really targeted and threatened into stepping down, who's next? That's the question, right? I mean, we're talking about a situation in which the head of the International Criminal Court is being threatened by the person being investigated. I mean, can you imagine? I hate to use a pop culture reference, but imagine like if Diddy's lawyers were caught threatening the judge, right? I mean, that's basically what's or the prosecutor. That's basically what's happening here. The International Criminal Court is designed to investigate and respond to war crimes. Now, we also have the International Court of Justice through the United Nations, which is also a mechanism that was appealed to. Shout out to South Africa for making that happen, to hold Israel accountable for its actions in Gaza. So you have international legal bodies designed to hold people accountable that are being managed and policed, not by the quote unquote good guys, as if there's such a thing in this world, and not just the bad guys, but the bad guys who are under investigation at the moment. This is why many of us don't trust the ICC or respect the ICC in its historic actions, because the ICC always manages to get Africa. The ICC always manages to trap Latin America. They used to jokingly call the ICC the ACC, of the African Criminal Court, because that was the only people they lock up. United States, nope. UK, nope. France, nope. Germany, nope. Israel, nope. Some of the biggest purveyors of war crimes and crimes against humanity and other violations of international law are not held accountable. This is the problem. This is the challenge. This is the crisis. So something needs to happen. And I don't want to brush past the fact, once again, that Netanyahu flew here with the oversight and the approval of the very countries who are legally tasked with holding him accountable by arresting him. International law is only as good as its enforcement. And it's only enforceable to the extent that the international community wants to enforce it. So just keep that in mind as we talk and think about not just Israel, not just Netanyahu, but the ICC and international law more broadly. We're going to have a whole investigation or conversation on that very, very soon.